Now, the World Health Organization says that 80% of cities around the world have unacceptable air quality levels. In fact, 1 out of every 9 deaths is because of air pollution, including causes such as lung cancer, stroke and heart disease because of excessive pollution in the air. Now, earlier we spoke with the Deputy Director of the World Health Organization, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, to understand how to fix this growing problem and other health issues facing India.
Air pollution is something that most of us don't think about or talk about until the situation becomes so bad that it is hard to breathe, just like what is happening in India's capital of New Delhi. For the past few days, the blanket of smog has made it unbearable. And air pollution, according to the World Health Organization, is a deadly disease, in fact responsible for every 1 out of 9 deaths, lung cancer, heart disease and stroke. In fact, more than 80% of the world's cities have unacceptable air quality levels. Of course, Delhi is on that list. To talk about health and environmental issues, including air pollution, I'm now joined by the Deputy Director General for the World Health Organization right here in New Delhi, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan. Dr. Swaminathan, pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Really hard to believe what we see outside and what we in fact don't see, with such unbelievable amounts of smog and pollution and making headlines around the world. How did this problem get so bad?
Well, I think the causes are fairly well understood. The sources of the pollution that are coming, particularly for Delhi and the north plains of North India, a lot of it at this time of the year is from the stubble burning in the fields in Punjab, Haryana and UP. But then for a city like Delhi, it's also vehicular pollution, industrial pollution, and a lot of dust from construction activity. One thing we have to keep in mind that is fairly unique in India is that we have a combination of outdoor and indoor air pollution. So while a city like Delhi might experience mainly outdoor air pollution, the moment you go into rural Haryana or Punjab or Uttar Pradesh, you'll find that there's a lot of solid fuel use for cooking and there the women and children are the ones that are most impacted. So a combination of poor outdoor air quality and indoor air pollution for households that are using solid fuels is absolutely deadly and leads to very high exposures. A lot of the health effects we know that pollution has effects on the lung in terms of exacerbating asthma and other allergic diseases, causing pneumonia in young children, and also chronic obstructive lung disease if exposed over a period of time. But there are a lot of diseases where we still don't know, but we suspect there's a connection, including things like diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and some cancers, where more research is needed. As you said, 80% of the world's cities have air that's not of good quality. But of course, what we are experiencing in Delhi today is very, very severe. And I think there needs to be very collective and concerted action, really, if we are to address this problem seriously. And it's been done in other places. So I think we need to be very hopeful and positive that we don't have to continue to live like this. We can actually make a positive change.
Well, the government of India has actually blamed a few conditions, the humidity, the lack of wind, certainly the crop burning as well. But ultimately, who is to blame? Could this have been prevented? I mean, sort of to see what is happening to New Delhi, really hard to digest.
Well, I think first thing we have to accept that it's a man-made problem. And while wind and humidity can exacerbate the situation, the origins or the causes are all can be controlled by us, by humans. Whether it's crop burning, whether it's vehicular exhaust, or whether it's industrial exhaust, or whether it's dust due to construction activity, for each of these there's a solution. So I think we need to look at those solutions and how do we actually implement them. And who are going to be the partners, the central government, the state government, which are the ministries and departments involved, and of course the citizens as well. As citizens, I think we also have a responsibility of carpooling, of sharing, of trying to use public transport and so on, and of contributing less to pollution. So it needs to be a really collective effort, but I think people are ready now.